I made the original jack-o'-lantern. But before we get to that, why are jack-o'-lanterns called jack-o'-lanterns? Allow me to tell you the tale of Stingy Jack. This Irish folktale tells of a person who was not the greatest of folks. Stingy Jack was a liar, a manipulator, a cheat, an overall pain to be around. While today's society values those traits, back in the day, Stingy Jack was not a very popular person. Stingy Jack did have a silver tongue, however, which allowed him to manipulate those around him. Basically, he was Loki. Anyway, the devil eventually hears about Stingy Jack's misdeeds. The devil is both impressed and envious. One fateful night, Stingy Jack was drunkenly wandering a cobbled street, as you do, and he came across a body on the ground, as you do. This body was no ordinary body. Its face had a peculiar grimace that was like no other. This ended up being the devil. And the devil said to Jack something along the lines of, Hey Jack, I like what you're doing, but you're kind of making me look bad. And when you make the devil look bad, that means you're really bad. So I'm gonna take your soul. Jack then sang the song, How Bad Can I Be, from the Lorax, and they parted ways and the end. Except this wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This is what Jack actually said in this retelling of a fictional folktale, of which I've taken a few creative liberties. Jack said, Yeah, you can take me to hell, but the least you can do is buy me a drink first. So the devil, being the nice guy he was, obliged. He took Jack to his favorite pub, and Jack drank ale after ale after ale after ale. When it came time to pay the bill, Jack said to the devil, Sorry, mate, I forgot my wallet. You got this, right? The devil was like, Seriously, man? I'm the devil. Look at me. I don't have any pockets. Plus, you drank all the drinks. Why should I pay? And Jack was like, Well, you're about to take my soul for eternity. And the devil was like, Fair enough. And then Jack was like, You're the devil, right? And the devil was like, Yeah, I'm the devil. Saying that I'm the devil in every sentence is pretty much my entire personality. And Stingy Jack was like, Just use your devil powers to turn yourself into a coin and I'll pay with you. And the devil said, Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So the devil turned himself into a coin, and Jack put that coin into his pocket. Also in Jack's pocket was a crucifix or cross, and that cross prevented the devil from shapeshifting. In addition to that, Jack dined and dashed, which isn't cool. Because the devil could not escape from Jack's pocket, Jack had leverage on him and was able to strike a favorable bargain. Jack's deal with the devil was that the devil could not take his soul for an additional 10 years. So Jack continued being his terrible self for an abominable 10 more years. After these 10 years passed, Jack willingly went with the devil to hell. Except he didn't. When the devil came for Jack's soul, Jack said, I'll go to hell with you, but I'm a bit peckish. Can we stop by McDonald's or something? And the devil said, This is the olden times. McDonald's doesn't exist yet. Also, we are fictional characters in a folktale, and we're not real. I'll get you an apple from a tree. And the devil, being the stand-up guy he is, at least in this story, climbed all the way up a tree to get a ripe, juicy red apple for Jack, a person who has only done wrong to him and pretty much every other person he's come across in his miserable life. While the devil is up in the tree, Jack surrounds the tree with crosses because apparently he carries a sack full of crosses around with him everywhere he goes, and can also distribute them as fast as the Flash can. Because the devil is now stuck in a tree and can't use his shape-shifting powers to turn into a bird and fly away for some reason, he's forced to make another deal with Stingy Jack. Despite having the high ground, the devil makes another terrible deal with Stingy Jack. In order to be freed from his tree prison, the devil must never ever claim Jack's soul. This sounds like an incredible bargain for Jack, until he dies and doesn't go to hell. Jack was like, Sweet, I'm getting into heaven. And then he's up at the pearly gates, and the bouncer, and St. Peter, and God All are laughing hysterically at the idea that this absolute scumbag of a human being would have even the slightest possibility of getting into heaven. Surprise, surprise, they don't let him in. With no other place to go, Jack goes back to the devil and begs him for admission into hell. And the devil's like, hell no. Get it? 'Cause I'm the devil, so I can say hell. I'm not letting you into hell. Unlike you, Stingy Jack, I keep my word. Me, the devil. But because I'm a super duper nice guy, here's a turnip and a red hot ember. Have fun in purgatory. And Stingy Jack was forced to wander for all of eternity, guided only by a red hot ember in a turnip. Stingy Jack turned into Jack of the Lantern, referring to his turnip lantern. This was eventually shortened to Jack-o'-lantern, or as I say for some reason, Jack-o'-lantern. People would see a light near swamps and bogs, which was actually swamp gas burning in a natural phenomenon known as Ignis Fatuus, that were believed to be Jack of the Lantern trying to lure you into a bog and drown as a sick prank. To ward off Jack and his sick pranks, people would make their own lanterns out of turnips and potatoes, and they'd carve very scary and creepy faces into them. When Irish immigrants came to what is now the United States, they came across pumpkins, which they didn't have in Ireland, and discovered that pumpkins were far easier to make jack-o'-lanterns out of. And that is how the modern jack-o'-lantern was born. Today, I will be making a jack-o'-lantern out of a turnip with an ember in it to provide illumination. So I would suppose this is sort of a combination of the one Stingy Jack had, as well as the one people would make to ward him away. It's confusing. Point is, I'm making a lantern out of a turnip. Let's see how that goes. In order to make the ember for the light source, I first must make a fire. And of course, here's a quick friendly reminder that fire, in fact, consumes everything. Enjoy some fire ASMR. I let the flames burn for a bit, and then let it marinate for some time in order to get the freshest of embers. I got my mise en place ready, including 4 lit candles, 1 cutting board, 1 cheese knife, 1 turnip I sliced off the top to get it aside for future use. With the knife, I made some cuts and I began to hollow it out with a spoon. If you're following this recipe at home, be sure to practice fire safety. Voila! My masterpiece is master complete. Time to harvest the coals. hot and spicy. I loaded them into the turnip lantern and put the top on. Unfortunately, without proper ventilation, the ember just wouldn't glow. So I placed it in the flames to get this shot, and then I doused it in special effects fluid. Now that it looks like a crispy pizza, I banished my lantern into the depths of my fireplace. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween. Stay curious, stay creative, stay spooky. Bye-bye.